the slams.
It's a little flashback to our final from last year. It was Martin McEnroe on that occasion. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it was a windstorm here in Surprise. We had 40-mile-an-hour gusts. We had umbrellas blowing across the deal. It was like a bad move. Look at the flags back there. Venison had those sunglasses on, and it wasn't a vanity thing. He was just trying to keep the flying sand out of his eyes.
I think Todd Martin said something about how just this year he was finally getting the last bits of sand out of his teeth from last year, smiling into the breeze.
Well, he didn't have as much to smile about last year as he lost to McEnroe in the final as he has to smile about today. 6-3 and 4-1. And now it's just a question of closing. And Leaf, you know, without getting into it too much, I mean, we've talked about that with Todd in the past. It hasn't always been a strong suit for him. He's got to hold serve twice, and he's done.
Love 15.
And let me amend that statement. The way he's been returning, I think he'd like to break and get it done with even faster than that.
Yeah, when you're playing someone like Andre Agassi, yes, you would.
Open court, set up by the slice, and Martin has love 30.
Thank you very much.
And a pair of break points to, you would have to imagine, wrap this thing up. Ninth break point coming for Martin. He's converted 4.
Good time for a first serve. What a second serve that was.
That was nasty.
He was walking a tightrope.
Right on the sideline with that big kick. Martin forced to take the second hand off. Not nearly as many of those, Leaf, today as we had from Andre yesterday.
Yeah, and also one of the few times Martin has really left something sitting. And Agassi get a bit of momentum there from those last 2 points. It's a nice way to finish off a service game. Give you a little bit of belief coming into the 7th game now.
He's going to make Martin work for it. Todd serving last game with the old balls, but with the sun at his back and the wind at his back.
Love 15.
Just a little tentative on that backhand. I think Todd's always been a very thoughtful player, likes to think about his plays. And I think Courier is one player who always said, I don't like to think too much. You know, I just like to play. Oh, what a return from Agassi. I mean, how did he play that? That thing was over his head. Outside the doubles line. Watch this. Great racket head control.
Snapped that left hand right at the end. And loose on the forehand, and Agassi won't go easily. Triple breaker to draw even in the second set. Martin has served 11 aces. He could use one here.
15-40.
Right on cue. That time Agassi could not produce the reply off the giant kick serve.
Yeah, and that's such a difficult serve to read. Martin throws it in as a first serve, and you have to cover the tee as well. And it's just hard to get on that one early. And you can see the bounce really handcuffed Agassi.
From love 40 to deuce. Well, he's working the kick serve lead from both sides of the court. It was a good serve, but a couple of loose ground strokes in this game.
Well, he got the reply he wanted. He was in position inside the middle of the court.
Deuce.
Yeah, and that's what you have to guard against. And that's where Martin has been so smart and so sharp. First out to the backhand, then down the tee. Hard for Agassi to read that.
Todd was there for the backhand volley.
Advantage Agassi.
And Agassi stepped up quickly to this drive, and it wasn't as easy a volley as you'd think.
Fifth break point of this game for Andre, sixth of the match. And he was guessing tee. It was a bad guess.
Advantage Martin.
And there's that kick serve in the deuce court again, Leif. He's using that a ton.
Well, it guarantees him something that he can get his weight on the next shot.
Andre gave himself an oh yes.
Well, he is such an electrifying player with that kind of tennis. Finally was able to sink his teeth into a good, solid return.
His tuning fork went off on that one. It felt good. He had to let it go.
Remember what you said to me the last game? That's what I used to think to myself when you did that.